Hey, what's up everyone, it's your boy Nyle, and welcome to the Ultimate Venom Guide for Marvel Rivals. In this video, we're going to be going over Venom's abilities, playstyle, and overall role in a match. Without further ado, let's get started. The first ability we'll discuss is Venom's primary fire, Dark Predation. This ability works best at mid-range, where you're close enough to your opponent to land a headshot, but also far enough away so that way you can easily land all the left-click hits on your opponent for the headshot. If you're too close to your opponent, some of the primary fire hits will not register as a headshot, so you'll have to go for 2 primary fires followed up by a melee attack to finish off 300 HP heroes. This distance here is about the max range you can be to land a primary fire onto your opponent with Venom. I find that the max range can be a little bit more difficult to land headshots, so if you can get a little bit closer in that medium range, it's a little bit easier for those headshots to land. Against 250 HP heroes, 4 body shots will KO an opponent. You can also animation cancel your left click by going for left click into melee. And here's what the close range combo looks like on a 300 HP hero. Next up we have Venom's Symbiotic Resilience. With this ability, Venom can generate bonus health against damage. The lower Venom's health, the greater the bonus health he'll generate. The more health you have will equal less time of generated bonus health with this ability. The key is for you to be extremely low health and pop this ability as a get out of jail free card. Venom's right click, Cellular Corrosion, slows enemies within his reach. Enemies unable to break free in time will suffer damage. This ability is a close range ability only, and it will automatically stop your left click upon activation. Use this ability to prevent opponents from escaping your reach. Next we have Venom's Web Swing and the Diving Strike. Venom's web mechanics function exactly like Spider-Man, so if you already know how to use Spider-Man's web swing mechanics, they function exactly the same. Now your settings are mainly personal preference, but when I play Venom, I prefer to have hold to wall crawl and hold to run on walls. And while you're at it, make sure you also turn off Easy Swing. This will allow you to have more precise web swings where you can aim your crosshair at a wall and easily grapple onto that wall with your web. When you have Easy Swing turned off, the game will not automatically have you web swing onto a random object. Now you can point and choose where you want to web swing. And here is an example of having the Easy Swing turned off. I can aim my crosshair directly at that beam there and then easily set up a dive with the Diving Strike. This makes approaching so much easier on Venom, and it allows you to control your web swing much easier. Venom's Diving Strike ability will send your opponent upwards, and the hitbox of this move is ginormous. You can use this move to hit opponents that are even slightly above the ground. And if you aim your crosshair upwards, you can then use your Cellular Corrosion to then trap those enemies that are above you and slow them down. When I have ultimate available, the combo I typically go for is Diving Strike followed up by my ultimate, and then after the ultimate lands, look for left click. Venom's Diving Strike can also be used on walls, so if you have an opponent who's sticking onto a wall or an opponent that's near a wall, you can easily Diving Strike near that wall and deal that damage to your opponent. Venom's ultimate has a decent amount of movement speed, so use this ability after someone escapes from your tentacles to chase them down. And last but not least, Venom has a team-up ability with Spider-Man and Penny Parker where they can both activate the symbiote and launch opponents away from them, dealing damage.
It's Venom time!
For this segment of the video, I'm going to discuss some Venom general tips and tricks and positioning. The first tip you want to know is that Venom's Diving Strike has extreme range to it, and you do not need to use Web Swing to activate Diving Strike. All you have to do is be at a certain height above your opponent, drop down, and then activate Diving Strike. This can be very useful because you can easily use high ground as a point to drop down and Diving Strike, and then use your Web Swing as a way to escape. This can work great in situations where you don't have access to your Cellular Corrosion bonus health shield. With the importance of Diving Strike, I typically always try to play high grounds as Venom so that way I can get the drop on my opponent or surprise them. This allows me to just easily drop down and Diving Strike, or if people are also on the high ground, I can use that to my advantage to then deal damage to them and then drop down to Diving Strike a different opponent after I kill the first one. Venom for the most part is positioning yourself to take advantage of weak opponents and squishies. Your primary targets are always going to be the supports and duelist characters. Venom primarily kills targets with burst damage, and those lower HP health pools are really easy for him to take care of. One of the best ways to mix up your approach with Venom is combining your web swing with your wall crawl. You can use these two abilities together to find new angles and opportunities to use Diving Strike on the opponent's backline. Because you have access to wall crawl, you can use this ability to position yourself above opponents and wait for the right opportunity to Diving Strike on the entire enemy team. In this situation here, I know the enemy team needs to touch the objective, and I know they're all going to try to come through this little doorway here. Since I all know they're going to come through the doorway, I position myself with the wall crawl and then simply Diving Strike downwards on them, preventing them all from touching the objective. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Please hit the subscribe button as I'm going to be dropping Marvel Rivals content every single day on YouTube, and I'll be streaming 6 to 10 hours over on my Twitch twitch.tv/NyleStylez. I'm going to be dropping tons of content, and we're close to that 10,000 subscriber mark, so if you love Marvel Rivals, this is the channel for you. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.